Hello and welcome to a new reaction video. This will be my first reaction video, not to music, but to another topic. A friend of mine recommended I could do a video about privilege, and it's been years since I saw some videos about privilege, and I remember it had a deep impact for me. And so I said, yes, I will make a video, and I found a video, I think it's from BuzzFeed, about privilege, and I don't know if I ever saw this and when. It was years ago. So let's start.
Privilege could be anything, something that we have that others don't. It could be education, food on our tables, clothes, family, friends. All of these are considered privileges.
I think in modern worlds, in modern societies, in modern countries like Austria, Germany, but others like that, that there are a lot of people who are forgetting that we have so much privilege against other people from different countries, and there can be small, but they can be so important too. And I think that's a very first world problem, that we don't recognize what privileges we have. Yeah, that's for sure.
If you can show affection for your romantic partner in public without fear of ridicule, for your romantic weekends to support your family, take one step forward.
To me, privilege is having access to what other people don't necessarily have.
If your parents work night and weekends to support your family, take one step back. If you can show affection for your romantic partner in public without fear of ridicule or violence, take one step forward. If you have ever been diagnosed as having a physical or mental illness, disability, take one step.
Wow, that was a little bit fast, I think, but it's normal. Because I wanted to make notes how many steps I could take forward or I could take back. So I'm doing that again because it was so fast, sorry.
Have.
If your parents work night and weekends to support your family, take one step back.
Okay, no, they did not. They worked normal jobs, relatively normal.
If you can show affection for your romantic partner in public without fear of ridicule or violence, take one step forward.
Yes, I can take one step forward because I can show affection even if you don't like it that much in public, but I could if I wanted to.
If you have ever been diagnosed as having a physical or mental illness, disability, take one step back.
Yes, I have a mental disability or mental illness. I worked a lot to overcome it, and I'm now at a good place, thankfully. But I also have some physical disabilities or illnesses.
If your parents told you you could be anything you wanted, take one step forward.
Nope, I did not have that kind of parents. My mother more so, but my father more the opposite. So one step back.
If you can go anywhere in the country and easily find the kinds of hair products you need that match your skin color, take one step forward.
Yes.
If you can legally marry the person you love, regardless of where you live, take one step forward. If you can see a doctor whenever you feel the need, take one step forward. Emotionally expressive, open, take one step forward. If you have ever been the only person of your race, gender, socioeconomic status, only person of your race, gender, socioeconomic that once you get time off what you're
Let's
presenting was your final result, take a look of the person in front of you, behind you.
I expected to be a lot closer to the front. I'm white, I come from a family that's never experienced any real financial difficulties, but I knew that my sexual orientation would put me a bit closer towards the back, but I never considered it'd be that far.
My gut reaction was not more of where I was, but where other people were. Like the first person was male and Caucasian, and the last person was a visible minority. So where I was did not shock me.
I think that basically no one should be judged for what they have or don't have. And I think that everyone should be taken seriously, even if they look like they have nothing.
There were questions asked such as, if you had to move out of your apartment because your parents couldn't afford paying rent, take a step back, and that's, you just cross your fingers and you hope that nobody will actually take those steps.
Don't let the things you want make you forget the things you have.
So it was a very short video, very short, and in the end it was too fast to really hear and take a step or not step for what I heard. So privilege is a thing that almost everybody on this world has in one way or another. There are differences in privileges like schooling, also education, medical, your health, so much to live in peace, to live in freedom. There are so many things we do forget. A privilege can also be coming from a loving family, from where you have a lot of friends, because it can also be the opposite of a privilege when you were mobbed, when you had a very hard upbringing. So I am from Austria. I was born in Austria and I live in Germany. So I'm in a first world country. I know what a privilege it is was to have born in such a country, to grow up in such a country. I mean, from the time I was born, I had free education. I have health care. I don't need to pay that much. Of course, for the first years, my parents, I was insured with my parents, so they paid their little bit of money and we were included in the health insurance. Now I pay from my wage what I become a little bit, but by far not that much. I think, also for me, when I think about the USA, what they have to pay sometimes, or for their insurance or for their bills from hospitals or doctors, that's nothing. I know that when I'm old, I have help. I know that when I lose my job here, I have help from the institutions. My education, I had normal school, then I had high school, then I make also learned a job. I learned in my time 3 different jobs. That's all privileges. I have freedom of speech. I can say what I want when I want it. I can say things that I don't like from politicians or whatever, as long as I don't discriminate or I don't threaten someone. I can speak my mind. That is an enormous privilege, I think. I have freedom. I can go out. I can do anything. I don't have rules for what I can wear or not wear. I can wear a bikini if I want to. I can wear a scarf if I want to. It's my decision what I wear. Of course, as a woman, there's also here things that are not as privileged or as not as equal like for men. There is also still a pay gap. There are more male politicians who are for us in the politics than women. They decide, so men still decide more for us women than other women do. But I could have an abortion here if I wanted to. I have so many privileges, and I think that a lot of people that are unhappy with the current political situation in Germany or in Austria, in both countries, there is a lot of hate towards refugees. There is a lot of hate against some politicians or the left from the right and vice versa. But for me, it's more from the right wing to the left wing. I think in the USA, it's also more like that. But I think that a lot of people who are hating other people who are very unhappy with the situation, they do forget what they have, that they have. We are not in war, even when in the Ukraine it's not that far, but we here in Germany, in Austria, we do not have bombs dropping on our heads. We are not afraid of bombs. We're not afraid directly of a war. We have safety. No one here is starving because there is help if you look for it when you do not have enough money. You have healthcare, very good healthcare. You have education for free. There is so many things, and I'm sure there are not many countries who are having it better than we have it here in Europe, in Germany, in Austria. And I think people should remember more what they have, what their privileges are. And yeah, that was it for today. I hope you liked it, even when it was a very short video, and yet I still got it to 13 minutes again. Sorry, I know I blubber too much. So thank you. Goodbye. Take care and stay healthy. Bye.